Welcome back into the Denver Sports Betting Show. It is Thursday, September 28th here on 98.1 Mile High Sports. Anthony Gabriel, we've got a big show today. A lot to talk about, a lot going on between college football, NFL, big boxing match this weekend. But joining us now is BiggDoggChico, and we're going to talk some CU buffs, kind of recap what happened last weekend, see if they can right the ship this Saturday. Chico, welcome back on. How you doing today?
I appreciate it, Big Sham. Thank you for having me on, man.
Always a pleasure to have you on. Love having you on the show. So, boy, that game last Saturday. Let's turn back the clock a little bit. I know you came in positive, what you got to do, but it was over very, very quickly, and I think it just set up. It was just such a terrible setup for Colorado. When you look at coming off three just huge, I mean, back-to-back emotional games. I just think they got hit in the mouth right from the start, and it's uphill climbing against a team like Oregon. You put yourself in a hole. There was just no coming back. So what would you think watching that game last Saturday? What was your reactions now that you had a couple days to digest it?
Well, the guys came in, a lot of emotion, like you said, from those two games. And then you have to factor in, which a lot of people probably downplay, probably even myself, that the fact that Travis Hunter wasn't playing. So you have that emotion there. You have all these things on the guy's shoulders trying to probably overcompensate for his loss. And just got beat by a better team who had a better game plan, in my opinion. I've seen some things on defense that they were doing that just knocked the timing routes from the wide receivers, rushed the quarterback, confusing the offensive line and the pass protection. They had a great game plan in Oregon. So you got to take your hats off to them and come back and prepare better for this week. You know that Travis is not playing, so you're going in. You're going to be at home at least. So you're going in with a different mindset with USC coming in.
Yeah, I think that's. That you can't make up for a loss of Travis Hunter. For a guy that's of his talent, and you forget, he's on both sides of the ball too. So really, one of your outside of Shadur, you're missing your best player on both sides of the ball for a team that, Dion, he brought in some great stars like that, but they still don't have the depth of like an Oregon or USC had.
Exactly.
So, hats off to them for starting off 3-0, but now that they're in the Pac-12 play with as good as this league is, they got some challenges ahead. So, I said, Saturday that Oregon was my play of the day, just because the way the spots set up, they were just kind of overmatched against a team like that. So now looking forward with USC, you've got another team coming in that is just, obviously with Caleb Williams, Heisman Trophy champion winner from last year. Another team that is really, better than Colorado right now at every single position. We know their defense is weak, but so is Colorado's. They've got, we saw the holes there against Oregon. You can run on USC, but Colorado is yet to get the running game going. So what's the key there to them kind of hanging with this, high-powered USC team?
Well, we have to have some production from the offensive line as far as blocking in the run game. So if they can do that, and with the addition of Alton McCaskill coming back, hopefully he'll start this game. Hopefully he's feeling well enough to start. He brings a different dynamic in that backfield that I think can jumpstart this last place rushing offense against USC, who's been giving up a lot of slashes and a lot of big plays in the run game. I think that's going to have to be our MO coming into this game. Not so much the tempo offense, I would think. Come in with a slower mindset to get the right play called for Shadur Sanders at the line of scrimmage. I think the key is, though, to let Alton McCaskill get loose, find a way to get him loose. That'll open up things for Shadur Sanders and give us a fighting chance against a team that's supposed to be better than us at every position.
Yeah, when you talk, it's avoiding the 3 and outs. It's keeping that offense of the field. And that's the thing with Colorado in this offense is they've been so quick strike, and when they come down the field and put 7 points up on the board, it's great, but you're not getting your defense much rest. But when you stall those drives, stall out, then you're really putting a defense that, let's face it, is kind of the weakness of this team right now. How they haven't been able to, unless they play a team, like Nebraska, they can't hold on to a snap.
Yeah.
it's going to be a challenge. So I think
Oh,
that's the key is, just hanging on to some time of possession and limiting USC's opportunities, creating those turnovers like they did in the first few games,
right.
is going to be huge for them to be able to hang in this ball game.
I think that's the key. I think that's the equalizer also is along with the running game, when you're
Mm-hmm.
on defense, find a way to create a turnover. Caleb Williams yet to throw a pick yet. Hopefully we can get one this game and they'll come in bunches. We saw Bo Nix throw one last game, but they didn't come in bunches. If we can force, I hate to say force Caleb to get outside the pocket because he's so good, but if we can force him in some type of situation where he'll make mistakes, then we can have
which he doesn't do. I'm as you know, I'm a Notre Dame fan, and watching that game last year, some of those plays he made were video game like. I mean, where the D line was just chase. I mean, he'd go back 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they would just couldn't get him on the ground. He's just so elusive. Kind of has those same traits that you see in like a Patrick Mahomes, where he's just, man, is he good? I mean, you're playing the first, probably the first number overall pick in the draft, and it's going to be a big, tall task. So, like I said, getting McCaskey back though is big. Can you give us any insights? I know you've been in talks with Travis Hunter's pops, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How's he coming along? When's he rehab looking for him coming back?
Well, two things. One, from his girlfriend, his pop said that he's doing very well. He's in high spirits, of course. He's not letting it get him down, as you saw in his response on his Twitch. Also, he's feeling healthy enough to take it a step further and go meet with the guy who put the hit on him.
I saw that.
Blackburn, yeah. He went and met with him and shook hands with him and got some content for his YouTube, I'm sure. But it shows that character that Coach Prime talked about with this young guy and Travis Hunter. Also, the same thing his dad preached about him being such a good kid ever since he was younger. This is how he's built. He's not letting the injury get him down. He said that from the jump. It was a football play, and he just happened to be hurt. So, I know he wants to come back and play. We saw that earlier this week. Would Coach Prime force him or allow him to come back sooner than what the doctors say? I don't think so. So he might be out this game at USC and Arizona State. Unfortunately, a tough stretch of games for Colorado, where I was really counting on having him there. I'm sure everybody else.
Yeah, his presence is especially in these high profile games. You want to see best. You want to see your best versus their best, and it's a shame that he was out last week, out this week. But again, it's good on Prime. He's not gonna, as much as he'd like to have him on the field, with the future that he has in front of him. You don't want to risk anything. Bigger injuries. So get right, get 100%, and let's have you back when you can fully play 125 snaps like you did in those first few games.
Like he said, we don't want a commercial. We want the movie. We want the full Travis Hunter.
Right. We got to get past the trailer. We want the full. We want the trilogy. Well, one thing I know. One thing going in their favor is, with the early kickoff, that's a, early kickoff for us here in Colorado, but at USC body clock, I mean, that's a 9 a.m. start for, being up back on big new kickoffs. So maybe that plays into, USC a little bit coming out a little bit sluggish, a little bit sleepy, because that is, that's being in that position. Have you, in your career, did you ever, how did that adjust your preparation for any kind of early kickoffs like that?
Well, it'll definitely adjust your preparation for those early kickoffs, because if you're not practicing early in the morning like that, your body clock is definitely not there. Colorado definitely does practice early in the morning, but if you're a West Coast team and you're flying east, so you're losing an hour, now that game at 10 a.m. is really at 9 a.m. on your body clock. So you're getting up way early. You have to prepare hours before. A guy like me, I would want to be in a locker room, one of the first guys there. Something weird, I used to like to shower before the games, so you need all this time to prepare, shower, get your clothes on, get out there early to if you're a receiver, you want to catch with the quarterbacks, so you got to be on time. All these things play into it. So if it's a 9:00 kickoff, you're on the field at 7:15 in the morning, so hopefully that plays into it, along with the altitude in the
Right. Yeah.
hostile.
Great point, playing at altitude as well too, and we have to get the cracking the adult beverages a little earlier and
Right.
on Saturday, which I'm sure the crowd will have no problem with and be fired up and ready to go.
And all the other legal
So
festivities.
again,
I
yes,
I was surprised,
yeah.
but come to find out that they told me that was normal in Colorado. I said, okay, well, cool.
Yeah, it'll be they will be participating, we'll say that. So but that's, like I said, early kickoff on Saturday, 10 a.m. here local time. Give us your prediction, Chico. Give it with your head, not with your heart. What do you think? Can they pull this? Are they going to pull this off?
Can I give two? How about this? How about I give a head one and a heart one? All right.
We'll give you both.
My heart one is one to say Colorado can find a way to win 42-38, with a great game plan with Alton McCaskill running the ball. They're slowing down their offense. They're finding ways to make this defense work and stay on the field. Caleb Williams happens to drop a ball and have 2 fumbles and a pick, and we ride off into the sunset. My non-CU hat real quick before we get out of here would say USC comes in with that same game plan, executes versus these guys, and they win. And not a 21-point blowout, but they win by 14 somehow, some way.
Well, again, honest and unbiased opinions there. So it's going to be, like I said, we're definitely, they are overmatched. They are the underdog. Going to need some things to go their way, but, that's why they play the game. They were 21-point underdogs to start the year and shocked everybody. So they're going to need some stuff to go their way, have a great game plan. So that's, again, 10 o'clock Mountain Time here in Colorado. Chico, again, tell us where we can find all your content.
All right, right there, you see BiggDoggChico. All you got to do is just type that in together, or like you see it right there, BiggDoggChico, it should come up. And Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anything of that nature, holler at me. I'm online.
Go find Chico. He's got some great content. He's really tied in and knows what he's, following the Buffs very closely. So thanks again for coming on. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, Brian Campbell's going to join us from CBS Sports, and we're going to break down this big fight between Canelo this weekend. So stick around. We're going to be right back with Brian. Big Dog, we'll see you again. We'll do this again real soon.